If you love having healthy smoothies in the morning, but sometimes find it a real pain to put them together every day, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to meal prep protein-packed and micronutrient-rich smoothies for a healthy and hassle-free week. What's up everyone? Welcome to the Metabolic Living YouTube channel. My name is Bella. I'm the lead nutritionist and recipe developer here at Metabolic Living. So today I'm going to be showing you how to meal prep smoothies. I'm going to be diving straight in, and this is the first big thing. What do you use for a container? How on earth do you meal prep a smoothie? Is that even possible? Well, yes. So there are two primary ways to go about this. There are probably more ways, but these are kind of the two that I use. The first one, and this is great for those of you who are plastic conscious, eco-friendly, and just try to reduce any of the plastic and the BPAs and all that stuff that comes with it in your life. So the first option is to use a mason jar or a glass jar, just like this one. Just make sure that it has a lid. Now it can either be a kind of pop-off lid like this or a securable lid. Either works fine. Little tip, if you're struggling to find mason jars for like an affordable price, go to your local thrift store. They have a bunch, I can guarantee you. I've never been to a thrift store and not been able to find mason jars. So I have a bunch of these, a really great way to prep smoothies, and it's waste free, which is awesome. If that just seems a little bit stressful and intense for you, no worries, totally get it. The other option is to use big old ZIPLOCK baggies like this. What's actually quite nice about these two, and you can do this with a label on the glass ones, but you can actually write what is in the pack and what you need to add. So maybe a great one if you're a beginner at this, or if you just find that a little bit more convenient. Totally fine. Whichever one you choose is going to be great, and I'm going to show you how to do both today in this video. Okay, so general rule of thumb here when you're creating your smoothie is to always start off with the dry ingredients. So at the bottom of, the jar or the bag, whatever you're using, is always going to go things like flaxseed, chia seed, and then you start to add on your spices. So maybe some cinnamon, maybe some cocoa powder would also go in there, nutmeg, turmeric, ginger, all the essentially dry ingredients. They're going to go at the bottom of either your baggie or your jar. Then what you're going to do is add your produce, whether this is fresh or pre-frozen, it doesn't matter. That's going to go up the top. So I'm adding things like spinach, frozen berries, organic of course, avocado is awesome. Even my little secret smoothie tip, riced cauliflower, we'll be getting that to that in a little bit. Don't be freaked out, I promise, it's fabulous. So yeah, that's kind of the general order if you want to roll your own, as we call it here at Metabolic Living, but just create your own smoothie. I am going to show you two different recipes today, so let's go ahead and dive in with recipe number one. It's our coconut mixed berry smoothie. I'm going to be making this one in our good old friend the mason jar. Really delicious one, very simple, low on the glycemic index and packed with nutrients. So I'm going to do this one, as I mentioned, in my mason jar. So just quite simply pop off the lid, and I'm going to be starting off by adding 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Really great way just to add some fiber in here, which of course can be lost with smoothies. So popping in 1 tablespoon, that's going at the bottom of our jar. Then I'm going to be adding half a cup of shredded coconut flakes. Again, these are going to go at the bottom because they're a dry ingredient, so popping them on top of the flax. Then I'm going to be adding 1 ounce of spinach. I do try and add dark leafy greens to every single smoothie. It's a really great way to kind of disguise dark greens, which of course are so packed with micronutrients. However, I know some people kind of turn their nose up and they're like, ew. So just pack that in there really nicely. Let me move this so you guys can see. Just pack in that spinach. I like to do about 1 ounce. So really get it in there nicely. And then the last ingredient for this very simple but very delicious smoothie is 1 cup of organic mixed berries. So 1 cup, and this is just going to go at the top. In fact, just like fill up your mason jar if you can't see it. Press it on in there. I've got berry hands now. Okay, so there's your freezer pack ready to rock. what you're gonna do is pop this into the freezer and then just leave it until you want it. And then when you're ready to eat it, and I will show you an example of this later, basically just pop on the lid. I actually like to pour my milk directly in there and then pour it into the blender because it just helps it get out a little bit. But I like to use 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk or whatever milk you fancy. And then of course, and this is really, really important to making this a nicely balanced meal, including protein in every single dish, which is such an important concept of making dishes metabolic, which is what we do here at Metabolic Living. You do need to add some protein powder. Now, I do love to use the Metabolic Super Protein. It's just a phenomenal product, honestly, from really, the main reason is it's just really, really high quality sourcing, and that's very, very important to me. It's from grass-fed cows, which is crucial, and it also has, it's not just protein basically, it has all sorts of other things. It fuels the metabolism, it enhances your performance, it supports your joints, which is really, really important, and it tastes amazing. So what I would then do is pour 1 cup of unsweetened nut milk into here, pop it all into my Vitamix, and then add a big old scoop of Metabolic Super Protein in vanilla for this one. So I'm going to pop the lid on and pop it in the freezer, and then we're going to make smoothie number 2 in the ZIPLOCK baggie. All right, now we're going to be making smoothie number 2. I don't actually think I have a name for this smoothie, so I'm going to just call it the Bella Special because it's an absolute favorite of mine at the moment. I go through stages with smoothies. I love my immune boosting smoothie, so definitely go check out that YouTube video if you haven't. But this one at the moment is just my go-to. I think it's because it tastes like a chocolate frosty. Maybe I should call it a chocolate frosty smoothie. I don't know, but it's really, really thick. The texture is spot on with this one. Anyway, for this one, you are going to need the ZIPLOCK baggie. We're going to be popping it in here today. And I'm going to start off by adding 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. So popping those in the bottom of my ZIPLOCK baggie. There they are. It's funny, you can like hardly see them in there, but they're in there. Moving that off to the side. Then I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. This is organic. Just please make sure it's unsweetened. I know a lot of cocoa powders have like added sugars and actually like dried milk and things. So just make sure that you're getting 1 ingredient, organic natural cocoa. All right, popping that off to the side. Then we've got our greens and our veggies. In fact, there's no fruit in this one, so if you're following a low carb or ketogenic diet, this one is perfect for you. One thing I always like to add is an avocado to smoothies because it really, as I said, just makes the texture spot on. So pop in an entire half of an avocado. Gosh, this is risky business. Okay, popping it in. We're going to be adding, again, 1 ounce of organic spinach. This can be frozen or fresh. Popping that in there. And then my secret weapon, organic riced cauliflower. I know some of you are probably like, this girl is so weird, but just trust me on this. You can't taste it at all. And what it does, it makes it so thick and creamy. So I'm going to add half a cup of cauliflower rice into the ZIPLOCK baggie. There we go. Love it. Okay. Popping it off to the side. Oh, and then we are actually done with this smoothie. So now what I do is just push out all the air. You don't really want air in there. And seal it up. And there it is. My smoothie ready to rock. And just like the other one, what you do is freeze this until you're ready to use it. Open it up. It's a lot easier just to get the contents out into the Vitamix here, but you can add the milk too. So I like to dump this into the Vitamix. Add, again, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or whatever nut milk you fancy. And then, of course, our good old friend, Metabolic Super Protein. Definitely recommend this one. And you pop in 1 scoop, zhuzh it up, and you'll be ready to go. Here is one I made earlier, our coconut berry smoothie. So as mentioned, what I'm going to do, here's my nice Vitamix. I'm going to pour in 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. So pouring that in, as I mentioned, I like to just kind of pour mine directly in like that. Then I'm pouring this entire thing into my, there it is, all coming out like so. Sometimes the flax and stuff gets stuck on the bottom, not a problem at all. That's what spoons and spatulas are for. So just kind of scoop that out. Make sure you're getting every last drop of goodness. Popping that off to the side. Putting in our good old friend Metabolic Super Protein. Big old scoop. Be generous with this because it really makes the smoothie delish. and it actually makes it filling, which is really important. Now all we have to do is pop on the lid, zhuzh it up until it's nice and smooth and creamy, pour it into a glass, and we can enjoy it straight away. Okay, we are looking good. Oh, it's so delicious. I love this one. Okay, so all you have to do, pour it obviously into your glass. I have a little bit of extra, which is always nice. And there we have it, a meal prep smoothie. I hope you guys found this video really helpful. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have other awesome smoothie recipes on here, as well as all sorts of other healthy recipes and little nutrition tips and hacks to be your healthiest self. We would also love it if you joined us on social media. We are at Metabolic Living on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. We would love to have you as part of our community. We even have things like workouts on there, which are really awesome. So definitely go check it out. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Enjoy your smoothies. I would love to hear how you get on in the comments below. I will see you all very soon in another recipe video. Have a wonderful day.